Hello, and welcome everyone to our third annual Zoom Developer Summit. We're so happy to have you here with us today. It's truly exciting to see this community come together again. Developers, partners, and builders from all around the world helping to expand what's possible on Zoom and driving new innovations to the way we work and connect every day. We have a great day ahead with 12 breakout sessions led by our product and engineering teams, and they're packed with ideas, demos, and practical insights that you can bring into your own apps and integrations. Before we get started, just a quick note. Some of today's content may be forward looking, so please take a moment to review our safe harbor statement. And now, to help us kick off the day, please join me in welcoming our Head of Zoom Developer Relations, Tim Slagle.
Welcome. I'm Tim Slagle, Head of Developer Relations here at Zoom. It's incredible to see this global community of developers, architects, and builders coming together again. Now I'm going to kick off this keynote by naming the elephant in the room. These days, you probably hear the word AI 10 times before your first cup of coffee. It's on every blog, it's on every roadmap, every product pitch. But today, I'm not here to just talk about AI. Okay, yes, I may mention it a few times, but what I'm really here to talk about is building and how we're making the Zoom developer platform more open, more powerful, and better equipped for you to do exactly that. This year's theme, Building the Future of Real-Time Collaboration, is more than just a tagline. It's a reflection of the incredible work happening across our developer community and a commitment to what comes next. Because collaboration has changed. It's no longer just connecting people. It's about building real-time experiences that are embedded, intelligent, and seamless. And at Zoom, we believe the future of collaboration isn't something we deliver to you. It's something we build with you. And to build that future, developers need a platform that's open by default. So let's talk practically. What does open mean for you? Over the past year, we focused on creating tools that drop into your environment with ease. We know developers don't want to rebuild what already works. So whether you're working with JavaScript, Python, Swift, or something else entirely, our APIs and SDKs are designed to plug into your stack seamlessly so you can spend less time configuring and more time creating. And this past year, we've introduced Zoom Rivet, a framework that simplifies server-side app development with built-in auth, event handling, and seamless API integration. With core modules for Zoom Team Chat, meetings, phone, you can focus on shipping your apps across Zoom faster. Zoom isn't a walled garden, and we're not here to lock you into some proprietary stack. We're here to be a part of yours because we know that developers want choices and that innovation thrives on interoperability. And we're doing this by building with open standards like WebAssembly and WebRTC while expanding our SDKs and REST APIs to connect with your workflows. So with these core tenets in mind, we're excited to announce a few new releases that our team has been working on. Let's start with something a lot of you have been waiting for, Zoom Realtime Media Streams, now generally available this week. Imagine if your Zoom meetings could power intelligent apps in real time. No meeting bots, no desktop recorders, no surprises. RTMS is a user permission path to stream structured per participant data such as audio, video, captions, screen share, and chat directly into your applications. When it comes to meeting data, trust is everything. That's why RTMS was built with privacy and trust by design. It's a dramatically better user experience with simple, transparent controls and clear consent moments that give all participants and admins full transparency over data access. And as for developers, RTMS offers a simpler, more flexible protocol with REST APIs, webhooks, and JS APIs, making it far easier to access low latency data and build the next generation of apps and automations. We're already seeing RTMS being used to power specialized transcription, ambient telehealth, deepfake detection, industry-specific compliance tools, and more. And like everything on Zoom's platform, RTMS is built to scale. With the reliability and performance Zoom is known for, its multi-tenant architecture lets developers embed these features for many customers at once, supporting thousands of concurrent streams, so you can focus on delivering your value. Now, one of the most exciting updates we're bringing to the platform this year are connectors and app actions. We're making it dramatically easier to bring your tools, your data, your workflows directly into Zoom's collaboration surfaces. With connectors, you can now hook your APIs to Zoom with minimal effort. Think set it and forget it. And with app actions, your users can trigger key workflows like filing a ticket or updating a record right in team chat, Zoom Mail without or Zoom Mail without switching tabs or context. And the real magic, you get to choose your level of complexity. Whether you want a no-code automation, a simple connector, a deep customization with scripts, we're giving you the flexibility and control to build exactly what you need. At the end of the day, this is all about making Zoom your central hub for getting your work done, powered by context-aware automation. Let's take a look at Video SDK 2.0, a major leap forward in building a high-performance video experience on the web. This release combines the best of WebAssembly and WebRTC, bringing Zoom's trusted infrastructure to your browser with the performance and flexibility that developers need. Whether you're building live events, healthcare platforms, next-gen collaboration tools, Video SDK 2.0 gives you the power and performance to go further on the web. Now, as we think about what that means to responsibly build with all of these new capabilities, there's one principle that underpins it all: trust. You've told us that you want flexibility, not friction, tools, not trade-offs. And most importantly, you want to build with trust at the core. That's why we continue to invest in a privacy-forward developer ecosystem with built-in user controls, consent workflows, and admin-level transparency from the ground up. So to wrap this all up, today isn't going to be about vision decks or futuristic promises. This is a builder's summit. You'll walk away today with tools that you can use right now, along with a community to grow with. Let's keep pushing what's possible. Together, we can make Zoom not just a platform for people to use, but the open platform people build on. So explore the sessions, test out the new features, and if something's missing, tell us. We're listening and we're building right alongside you. Thank you so much for being here and enjoy the Developer Summit. Now let's go on to our Fireside chat, where you'll hear directly from builders in our community.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today for our Fireside chat. We have some exciting guests here for everyone that I'm really excited to explore Zoom and the marketplace with today. For those of you who don't know, my name is Tim, and I'm the head of developer relations here at Zoom. And I'd love to give a moment for each one of the speakers today to introduce themselves. I'll just kind of call you guys out. Corey, you want to go first?
Hey, Tim, thanks. My name's Corey Noonan. I'm a senior engineering manager at Maven Clinic. Maven's the world's largest virtual clinic for women and families, and we're on a mission to make healthcare work for all of us.
Awesome. Thank you, Corey. Andrew, you want to go next?
Absolutely. Hi, Tim. My name is Andrew Devlin, CEO and co-founder of PitchHub, and we help professionals from coaches to educators to enterprise teams deliver their message with clarity and confidence on Zoom using our built-in teleprompter. And coming soon, we're launching a real-time AI coaching inside of Zoom meetings.
Nice. Love to hear it, and I'm excited to hear more about that as we go. Brett, certainly not last, but please go ahead.
Hi, Brett Shockley. I'm CEO and co-founder of Journey, long background in the contact center and collaboration space. And we've got a number of applications that are live in the marketplace, the Zoom marketplace, and very excited to chat with you today about how all these applications work in your environment.
Thank you very much, Brett, Andrew, Corey, for being here today and joining us. It's not easy to find time in everyone's calendars these days, so definitely do appreciate it. I want to kick us off a bit with just kind of understanding kind of what brought you here, what problems do you look to solve, and really just wanting to learn more. So if you could tell me a bit about your product. I know you gave a slight intro, but maybe go a little bit deeper. And also, what are you looking to solve? And what problems are you looking to solve in the world?
Yeah, so Maven Clinic, we are trying to solve gaps in healthcare, some of them specific to maternal health, but also in any family building, and beyond. So the product that we've built with Zoom is we have an integrated telehealth appointment product within our application that we're using the Zoom Video SDK for. And we're really just trying to make healthcare accessible to all. So you can have these 24/7 appointments. Anytime you need someone, you can get someone on a video call and have that appointment right now.
It's certainly a good need. I recently tried to get access to a normal, just regular general practitioner. And I think it took 6 months for me to get in, which is just crazy. So thank you for trying to solve that problem. Brett, did you want to take a moment?
Sure. What Journey's really doing was the mission of the company when we got started was to look at the customer journey through the eyes of the customer and all the different steps that you tend to go through, from enrollment and identity verification to authentication across channels and over time, and then using that information to streamline the interactions and transactions you would typically have between a consumer and a company. And doing that today, as we all know, calling into a call center, for example, is a pretty rough experience, and you're going from one thing to another and you're re-identifying yourself over and over again. And so we basically have created a new approach to do that with a brand new patented security model underneath. And it fits really well in the Zoom environment because of all the different modalities that Zoom has. The idea that the same kinds of applications can happen across contact center, phone, meetings, etc., makes the Zoom environment a really interesting place for us to work in with our technology.
Zoom it certainly prides itself on being able to kind of make those interlocks. So happy to be working with you. Andrew, certainly, again, last but certainly not least.
Yeah, I think I think all of us on the call today, we are, I don't know if anybody's super excited about always being, on call to present. And so really what we're tackling is the problem of on camera anxiety and inconsistency. So whether you're pitching or training, just presenting, it really is hard to show up all the time and be right on point and stay focused on your message. And so with the teleprompter app, we try to help people just stay focused, right? And stay on their message. And then, the new AI feature that we're working on with RTMS is also helping you, give the user real-time prompts, right, to guide that person through the meeting.
Very, very cool. That's a very good segue kind of into the next area that we wanted to discuss, which is what features and services does Zoom provide that help you solve your problems? So Andrew, I'd love to hear more. You just mentioned RTMS, which we had just announced, and I'd love to hear some more about your experience with that so far.
Absolutely. No, it really is Zoom is a natural fit for the teleprompter, as our customers are already there. And so with the developer platform, it really gave us the tools to integrate really seamlessly. We get, with real-time media streams with the API, it was a really big game changer for us. It allowed us to kind of build a next gen experience where AI can listen to the audience, and we wouldn't be able to do that without RTMS. And so we're able to put it through an LLM and deliver really insightful prompts to that user. So, but as soon as we found out about RTMS, we were super excited about leveraging it.
Awesome. Super glad to hear that, and super glad that you're enjoying that new technology of ours.
Yeah.
Corey, Brett, any other thoughts on kind of why Zoom and why it's working so well for you?
So one of the things that we found with Zoom is that it's really the most modern development platform we're working with in the collaboration and contact center space. All of our developers, when I sort of surveyed everybody, I got lots of two thumbs up that they really liked the environment. They talked a lot about the fact that when we're trying to create these experiences that run across the different modalities, whether it's the phone or the contact center or whatever, that it's the same across everything. And they like the approach of being able to start your application by basically being right in the marketplace, get everything set up, be able to connect it to your local computer that you're developing on your development environment so that you can literally see in real time the things that you do and how they affect what the application looks like and how it runs inside of the Zoom environment. And we're doing a lot of applications that both can be used independently or work together. We've got a half dozen applications up in the marketplace, things for identity, authentication, verification, making payments, securely filling out forms with regulated and sensitive data, signing documents. So those can all be sort of used independently, or they can all be sort of strung together and used together as part of the steps in a customer journey. And when you approach it that way, and then you want to be able to, for example, somebody calls the bank and they're talking to a banker and they're doing one set of things that require some of those services, then they get transferred to somebody in a call center and they get transferred to, somewhere else. Each one of those steps, being able to kind of tie all those together, you still use a lot of those same applications, but you use them in slightly different ways across the different modalities. And so the platform works really well for doing that kind of thing.
Very, very cool. As we think about, why you might choose Zoom and then also what success looks like, how have you, Corey, thought about, how Zoom can enable you to be successful in accomplishing the goals that you have?
Yeah, so I think it's multi-part, right? When I think about this question, I think, okay, Zoom from implementation, right? From the time we signed the contract, we had incredible support from the Zoom team as far as like implementation specialists on the call, code reviews from developers, making sure that we were implementing the SDK correct, good developer docs, all of those things that kind of make implementing a vendor within your application a smooth process. And we felt like Zoom provided kind of a gold standard there for us when it comes to like how we work with future vendors as well. So there's this, well, hey, can we get a live chat? Can we get code reviews? Can we get these things? Because, as partnerships continue to evolve, like that's a super important piece of this. I think for us, we had an existing video vendor in our platform, but it wasn't up to our quality standards. And so when we evaluated vendors for this, Zoom was clearly at the top, and from like a cost perspective, as well as international support, scalability, and all those things. Right now, like we were sitting somewhere around like 96% like call success rate, and now we're pushing past 3 nines, like 99.96% with Zoom, which is pretty awesome to see those numbers. And I live in these metrics. I'm responsible for them, so I'm constantly looking at them. And Zoom has like made my life a lot easier as far as somebody who owns specific metric-driven goals for the success of our video calls at Maven Clinic.
Tim, the support comment that Corey made, I just want to add on to that. In talking to my team, one of the things that they have really found enjoyable about working with Zoom is that there's a genuine interest on our feedback on where does the platform need to expand in capabilities, where's something missing, why does this work differently in phone than contact center, is there a way to bring them together? A lot of vendors, it's difficult to have those conversations, and they really don't want to have those conversations. And Zoom's been very good about helping us through some of those issues and actually, making changes to the platform in future releases, kinds of things to take care of the suggestions that we brought to them.
I 100% agree, Tim, also. And everything that these guys said is exactly right. Zoom has been an amazing partner, and it just feels like they're there with us every step of the way. It's been great.
The term we like to use internally, just to maybe a moment of patting ourselves on the back a little bit, is a technology partner. We don't like to just be a service provider for you, that a vendor. You show up and you buy your service and it's given to you and you use it as is. We really want to be technology partners for everybody. And we feel like that is where our bread and butter lies. So it's really nice to hear that organically. So I really appreciate all of you. Moving on, I think we're kind of running a little low on time here. So I'm going to kind of do some skipping around and kind of start closing us out here a little bit. But the thing that I really want to touch on is, our goal here at Zoom is to deliver a platform that really enables developers to provide a platform that is giving giving out limitless communication, right? Limitless human connection, and allowing people to really kind of open up the world in a way that maybe they couldn't before. Corey, I think about your use case, which is, it took me 6 months to get to a general practitioner, and your platform is opening the doors for people to get quicker access to that. And that feels like that mission and goal to me, kind of wrapped into one, and we're all working together towards that goal. So I'd love to understand from each of you, maybe Andrew first. What are the things that you think about when you are thinking about like limitless human connection, and how does that resonate with you?
Yeah, I mean, with our app, I mean, with the latest new features, the personal AI coach, it really helps anyone to communicate more clearly and authentically, live and on demand. And so, you're with Zoom's mission, like that align. I think it really aligns perfectly with ours, which is it is to remove the barriers of confident and human connection. And we just see that Zoom is evolving, and we are evolving with it. We're just embedding a deeper kind of experience along with everything that we're doing with Zoom. So it's great.
Awesome.
It aligns. I mean,
Corey, Brett, any thoughts?
Sure. So when I think about limitless, okay, so we're in an interesting time, right? Where AI is starting to show up, and Zoom's releasing AI features, Maven's releasing AI features. We have Andrew here who's talking about AI, right? Brett's company. And so it's an interesting time where people are talking a lot with bots as well, right? One of our values at Maven is to keep healthcare human. And a couple things pop into my head right away, right? Which is the international support that Zoom offers allows us to have like confidence that our system is going to work all night. And it's amazing when I can come into work in the morning and see how many appointments happened overnight and that they were successful, and we had no interruptions and things like that. I think with where healthcare is going with AI and allowing this kind of limitless human connection is that we can actually expedite and help with the things ahead of time that, for example, a really concrete example at Maven Clinic would be we can use Zoom's transcripts, which we're currently experimenting with, taking notes in our appointments to allow us to have the notes for the providers generated for them based off of the conversation, right? And that's a huge time saver. And that actually allows the provider to spend more time with people so that they're spending less time writing documents and more time face-to-face, which I think is exactly what we're talking about when we talk about limitless human connection, right? We want to free people up to give them the space to be able to do this and give them the ability to have like consistent human connection. So really love that mission from Zoom.
It's always really interesting to hear, when we bring up kind of what is our mission. It's always interesting to hear that it's a common goal. I learn across industries is like, how can we connect people to people who are solving their problems, and that's really sounds like your all's mission as well as our mission here at Zoom. So I really want to thank everybody for joining us today. Andrew, Corey, Brett. You guys have been valuable partners, and I hope that we can continue to be valuable partners for you as well. I really do appreciate everyone's time, and I hope to see you all again soon. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the Developer Summit, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Tim, for an amazing kickoff of the day. Hi, everyone. I'm Elisa Levet, and it's my pleasure to be here. I'm excited to share some of the recent projects that we've been working on to improve the developer experience here at Zoom. To start us off, I'm happy to announce that soon we'll be rolling out the new API reference test module, designed to make it easier and faster for developers to find, understand, and test our APIs. This is part of our continued effort to improve our documentation and developer tools, with the goal of reducing friction and building confidence for anyone integrating with Zoom. Next up is our Developer MVP program, an exciting initiative we created to celebrate and empower developers building amazing things with Zoom. These MVPs play a vital role in shaping how developers engage in the developer forum and with the community. So if you're building with our platform or know someone who is, we'd love to hear from you. Please consider nominating yourself or a peer to join growing this program. These are just a few of our current MVPs. Each of them bring something unique to us, whether it's open source contributions, deep technical expertise, or real-world integration experiences across industries. And what connects them all is a passion for building with Zoom and helping others do the same. Thank you, John, Alex, Jeremy, and others that joined us and being amazing MVPs. We're also launching a new program, Zoom Developer Voices. It is a way for developers to share what they're building and get rewarded by contributing long-form tutorials that help others learn how to build with our Zoom developer tools. We're very excited about this and can't wait to share more. Check out our Zoom developer website in the coming weeks to learn more about the submissions progress. Lastly, we've also been celebrating our developer community through in-person events, because even at Zoom, we know nothing beats human connection. Over the past year, we've hosted AI Builder meetups, partnered with Stanford 3 Hacks, the nation's largest collegiate hackathon, and brought the community together at Llama Lounge in Silicon Valley, a sold-out series where AI founders, builders, and thought leaders come to pitch and connect. These events are creating incredible energy and momentum around what developers are building with Zoom. That's it from me. Thank you all for being here and for everything you're building with Zoom. We're very excited about what's ahead. For now, I'm going to hand it over to Gianni to take us through what's next today.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Gianni Latange. I'm a lead developer advocate here at Zoom, and I'm super happy to have had the opportunity to curate the sessions for today's Developer Summit. But before that, I just want to highlight a couple of resources that we offer for our community. We have an amazing Zoom developer forum where we receive over 1 million monthly visits from engaged developer customers and users just like yourselves. Additionally, we're continuing to make updates to our Postman public workspace, where we have tons of APIs, and we're excited to be leveraging all of the new features that Postman has been releasing to enhance the developer experience. Quick shout out to Elisa. She just presented at PostCon earlier this month, highlighting the workspace and some of the new features. Additionally, we continue to add technical blogs and guides to our developer blog, in addition to our developer YouTube channel. So please make sure to check out those resources. Also, the recordings of all the sessions from today will be on our developer YouTube channel as well. Last but not least, we're going to get into what we have for you all today. We are wrapping up the welcome keynote right now, and we have several breakout sessions across 3 different tracks. Awesome. So here's the schedule that's coming up right now for you all to see. You should also see it within the platform. Please take time to spend your time across the different tracks and see all of our amazing speakers for today. Don't want to hold any of you all up. It's time for us to boogie. Thank you so much for being a part of this year's Developer Summit.